Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, today I thought I'd show you my new to me Untitled Nascar scanner. Picked this up on a trade deal with a bunch of other CB equipment today. Love trading. Oh, so much fun. Anyway, this is the BC72XLT Bearcat. Pretty cool little unit. I've been actually eyeballing it for a while, actually a few of their scanners. But I've also seen a lot of videos on this one. Now, I picked this up. It did not have a belt clip on it, so I have a knife that I took apart for a project, and I got two belt clips exactly the same, and took screws from another something I pulled apart today anyway, but I found two screws that fit these threads perfectly. So now I have a belt clip, and I have it running on two Duracell batteries that the guy gave me with it, and there is a switch in here, by the way, under the one battery. So if you're going to run NiCads or rechargeable NIMs, rechargeable batteries period, you have to flick the switch for rechargeables, but otherwise run alkalines. And Duracells are really good and they last a long time. I've had several hours of messing with this thing today. Batteries are still doing strong, so that's pretty good, because I've heard some people actually complain about this thing being a power sucker. Now, it does have a BNC connector type rubber ducky antenna that just push and twist to take it off. Gets real compact. You can actually hook on longer antennas, even a magnet mount antenna if you're going to put this in your car and listen to it, that sort of thing, so you can increase your reception range a lot. Squelch up top, volume up top, headphone jack. You've got a power port here, so if you're going to run it off of an AC power supply, you can buy a power supply for it if you didn't get one with it, which you would anyway, brand new in the box apparently, but you can buy replacement power supplies for this. I'm probably just going to pick up a universal one day, but I don't mind running this off batteries anyhow, because batteries are cheap enough, and you know, so. But anyways, I also thought I'd just give you some more little insight on it, but I think it's a really good unit. It seems to be built very well. I don't want to drop it to see if it'll survive a drop, but it probably would survive a small low-level drop, I'm sure. The sound quality out of this is actually very, very good. Now, when I first started looking into this scanner today, I downloaded the manual for it, and it kind of gave me a bit of a shock to the system, like, oh my god, how do I program this thing? And you know, and I've heard a lot of people, you know, they're just having nightmares, and I started reading, and then I actually finally slowed down a little bit and got out of panic mode and read on further. And you don't actually have to try to get a hold of anybody for frequencies for your local area. And I'm going to show you how to do that for your police, your fire, your marine, your ham, airport, etc. This thing will do CB radio frequencies. I've already programmed all 40 channels of the CB radio into this thing. And finding other channels, that was like, oh wow. Now a lot of places like the cops, fire departments, ambulances, a lot of them have switched over to digital technology now, and this thing is not going to be able to pick up the digital. Neither will a lot of the other ones out there that are even brand new current models, unless they are digital ready. And digital ready scanners cost a lot of money. Even this one new was $140, I think I saw it for on Amazon. I mean, it's still a current seller on some sites, because, you know, old stock, I guess, but still brand new price. And it's not cheap, but it's not overly expensive either. But it's still, if you like to listen to this sort of stuff, I like to listen to shortwave radio, and this just adds that much more fun to it for me, as a secondary for stuff I can't pick up on shortwave, of course. So anyhow, the other thing I want to talk about quickly before I fire it up is, if you do have this radio and you're having problems with maybe the sound is going strange on you, or some sort of interference or problem, or you just want to wipe it out period and start all over, you can do a complete factory reset on this thing really easy by holding down the hold button, the 2 and the 9, and then take your thumb on your other hand and push and hold on the power button until it fires up, and it will have a message that comes across here that says clear. And it takes about 3 seconds and it wipes the whole thing right out. So anything you programmed, bye-bye. And it resets itself to all factory defaults, and that should clear up your issues if you're doing it to try and resolve issues. If you're trying to resolve issues and resetting the scanner does not work, then you want to get a hold of Uniden and find out what the next step is. If you just want to reset it to clear all the frequencies and start over, you can do that 1,000,000 times a week if you want to, and you're not hurting anything. So let's start this thing up. Now in startup, mine is automatically going to go into scan mode, and I've got the first 4 banks completely filled. 40 channels on a CB, and this is a 100-channel scanner, so you have 10 banks where each bank holds 10 channels. So I've already used up 4 banks and 40 channels worth. So I still have a lot more playroom to go yet. Now my squelch is turned on, so it'll stay scanning. If I turn the squelch off, it'll automatically stop and stay there. Turn the squelch back on, it'll start scanning again. That's actually quite nice. Now, if you want to find frequencies though, and you don't have access to getting a hold of your local area, whoever, to say, okay, what channels are these on, or you can't find it on the internet for your local area where you are within the range of this scanner, well then it's simply just a matter of hitting function, M3, and it comes up with the ham, and it's going to start scanning the ham frequencies. And sometimes it'll stop, maybe somebody keyed up their mic or something, it'll stop on there, and you can just restart the scan. Now if you hear somebody talking, you get a couple of seconds to look at the screen, you can write down the frequency that you heard them on and start building yourself a little database as you go, and then you can punch in and program the frequencies that you want to. So this is just continually going. There's nobody actually on the ham frequency right now. So we're going to go and we're going to press function 3 again, and that's going to take us to the weather.
2 centimeters. Wind becoming
Now,
southwest 20 kilometers
this is
per
the
hour
weather
early
local
in the
for
afternoon.
North Bay where I live.
-14, wind chill, -25 in the morning. For Friday
So
night, flurries.
that's pretty cool.
Local amount,
Function
2
3
centimeters.
again, and I'm going to go to the police and scan their frequencies. And there's still some key up that I found on a few of them. I wrote down about 5 channels, but I didn't hear anybody talking. So they could be using the digital stuff here where I live, which means I can't decode it. Like here it stopped at 476.312. Now if I want to continue scanning and staying on the police band, function 2, and it'll rescan the whole set of frequencies again within the police bands. Now if I want to scan another band, function 3, oh, I have to hit function again, function 3, now it's going to search the fire. Okay, function 3. Now that's air traffic, so the airport. I've had about 4 different key ups tonight, but I didn't hear anything. A lot of that could have to do with the fact that I'm in my house, I got fluorescent lights, you know, weather conditions. I mean, I'm not that far from the airport, but maybe it's also another thing of digital encryption. Or just nobody talked, who knows. But it's picking up something on those bands anyways. I'm just not able to listen to it as of yet. So we'll see what happens. Maybe during the summer I'll be able to hear stuff, because a lot of guys flying private airplanes and stuff still haven't got digital equipment. And they can still communicate with the towers on those frequencies, in which case I could pick those up, but none of those guys are out flying right now in the area, so I'm not going to pick them up. So anyway, so function 3 again, marine. It's going to pick up the marine band. And then the ham band. So it has quite a lot of access. You know, it's also supposed to have military and government stuff too, and I still got to figure out all the programming and stuff on all that, because there's a lot of things to learn. See, there's that key up stuff I was telling you about. So I can just function and do it again, check through things. So anyway, that's the basics on that thing. It's a really cool little rig. I'm sure I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. It's a good starter, and it really didn't cost me any money because it was a trade deal that I did, so you know, it's no cash involved. But you know how trade deals work. You paid for something once and a long time ago, and now you're just going to trade it off. So it does cost you something. But of all the stuff I got, this was the best part of the entire deal, and a couple of the CB antennas that I picked up. Those were all good stuff, so I'm really happy. I'm really happy that this thing is working like glitch free. So that's definitely a plus in my books. And this goes alongside with my shortwave radio, so in the summertime now, I'll be able to sit out on my back deck, have my shortwave radio out there, run it on batteries, plus run this thing, and just have a blast listening in on all kinds of stuff. And during the daytime, on the CB channels, by the way, I was doing some testing today, because I pick up skip, I pick up all kinds of stuff all across the whole band of 40 channels, and I'll be able to listen to all that stuff on this thing and not have to even turn my CBs on if I don't want to, which is kind of cool too. And you know, so it's nice to listen. And right now I'm still having some issues with tuning in the SWRs on my antenna, so I got to solve that issue. So until then, I'm not transmitting on my CBs, so at least I can still listen to the guys in the meantime while I'm playing around. And it also gives me a chance to check out how well on track my CB radios are as far as frequency goes for transmitting. And that's one thing I did find out, is I've got a problem somewhere with probably one of my units or both, but I tried both different antennas. I still can't get the SWRs to match up on these new antennas yet, but I got some tinkering to do. It's a bit of a pain in the neck, but what I found was I keyed up on channel 40 on the CB, and it showed the frequency for channel 39 on here. Now I've double checked all the frequencies on the internet, and I know I've got the right frequency sheet for all the channels in order, 1 to 40. So I know that part is on, which means there's something not right with my radios. Now I did pick the radios up used. It is possible somebody tinkered with them and they're just off frequency a bit. Could be I got a bad capacitor or something in there that's throwing off the frequency, which is also could be messing with my SWRs too, and why I'm having such a hassle getting them down low enough. I can get it down low, but I can't get it low enough to where I'm happy enough with it. So, and that can mess with the frequencies of your output of your CBs too. So I got some tuning and some fun to do, and I'm also going to buy myself a frequency counter as well as a comparison against even this and so on, and check and see how things are going. But anyway, so that's our review on this thing. And you know, if you're thinking about picking one of these things up, even a used one, like I said, this is the BC Bearcat BC72XLT. It's a really decent little radio. There are better ones out there that have more channel access. You know, but check the features between the models, even from Uniden, to see, okay, well, what am I getting for 200 channels? Am I getting extra bandwidths? What about a 300 channel unit? Am I getting extra bandwidths, or are they all running the same bandwidths? Really investigate, and investigate other brands too against them and for price before you go out and, you know, spend your money on a scanner, because this may not be the one for you. If you want a digital scanner so you can pick up the cops and all of them for sure, those things cost a lot of money, and even I can't afford one of those right now. But this is a good start, and it's a good learning tool. You can learn to program them. You can have a lot of fun with them, and I know I'm gonna. So anyway, that concludes our review and information on the Uniden Nascar Bearcat scanner. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video, guys.